Africa Harrigan for Legit TV. Welcome to another episode of the Senate Recap, a brief summarization of the committee meetings, hearings, activities, and events at the Legislature of the Virgin Islands. On February 7th, members of the Committee on Homeland Security, Justice, and Public Safety, chaired by Senator Kenneth L. Gittens, met and received an emergency readiness report from the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency, the Virgin Islands National Guard, the Virgin Islands Department of Justice, the Virgin Islands Bureau of Corrections, and the Virgin Islands Fire and Emergency Medical Services. In his opening statement, Committee Chairman Gittens said it is crucial that the invited departments and agencies have adequate training opportunities in the event of an emergency. Major General Kojo S. Knock Limbacher, the Adjutant General, and the Virgin Islands National Guard Commander shared that the Guard has evolved into a responsive unit fully integrated into total force operational requirements and provides support to ensure the safety for both domestic and national operations. Daryl Joshin, the Director of the Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency, told senators that the emergency management system in the Virgin Islands utilizes the National Incident Management System and is in collaboration efforts with the federal and local partners to prevent and to respond to emergency incidents in the territory. On February 8th, members of the Committee on Economic Development and Agriculture, led by Senator Javon E. James Sr., met and received an update on the overall status of the Virgin Islands Department of Agriculture. Filling in for us on this story is our very own Jamal Potter.
Positive T.A. Nelson, the Commissioner of the Virgin Islands Department of Agriculture, delivered testimony. According to Nelson, the Department of Agriculture continues to make headway in rebuilding food availability in the territory. The Commissioner further indicated that employee morale at the department has improved and an attitude towards excellence is being built via divisional training, professional development, and improved communication from management. Additionally, Nelson said new equipment and tools have been purchased to help with efficiency while executing the day-to-day tasks for the department. On the matter of the Territorial Agricultural Plan, the department's role is to oversee, support, and solidify the progression and implementation of the plan. Nelson said food production is increasing in the territory, but not at the capacity he wanted it to be. The department hopes to secure funding and support building personnel capacity to pursue the mandates of the plan. Dr. David Hall, the president of the University of the Virgin Islands, delivered testimony. According to Hall, the Agriculture Plan Task Force has not been meeting since the submission of the plan and various meetings related to it. However, a new advisory committee will be created, indicated President Hall, and he further shared that certain discussions have already begun with the Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Kendra Harris, about the integration of the Agriculture Business Center into the existing Small Business Development Center. Reporting for Legit TV, I am Jamal Potter.
In other legislative news, on February 21st, members of the Committee on Budgets, Appropriations, and Finance, chaired by Senator Donna A. Fred Gregory, met with the governor's financial team, who provided a financial overview of the government of the Virgin Islands. Jamal Potter has the story.
Sadie Bruce, Commissioner of the Department of Finance and Executive Director of the Public Finance Authority, shared testimony regarding the economy's overall health. Committee members were updated on the following: construction and real estate, public finances, tax refunds, revenues and expenditures, central government personnel, collective bargaining and wage negotiation, rum cover-over rate, resilience and recovery, and the American Rescue Plan Act update. Bruce informed members that despite global economic adversities such as inflation, high interest rates, and supply chain shortages, the economy of the government of the Virgin Islands continues to improve post-pandemic. Currently, there is a moderate reduction in unemployment rates. However, approximately 400 job vacancies were filled in fiscal year 2022. Compared to pre-pandemic data, there are 1,390 jobs that remain unfilled for fiscal year 2023. Regarding construction and real estate, Bruce noted that there is a sharp decline in building permits, private non-residential and public housing. Furthermore, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage rates increased from 5.5% to 8.75%, and construction costs increased due to supply shortages. Meanwhile, in public finances, there is a rise in operating revenues credited to an increase in both tax collection and non-tax collections. GVI's expenditures also increased due to growth in net payroll and accounts payable disbursements, according to the Commissioner of Finance.
In other committee news, the Committee on Culture, Youth, Aging, Sports, and Parks, chaired by Senator Angel Bolquez Jr., met on February 22nd in the Fritz Silhouette's Legislative Conference Room. The committee received testimony and updates regarding the progress and challenges associated with the upcoming 175th anniversary of the Emancipation Celebration. The commemoration has been highlighted as a way to preserve and honor Virgin Islands culture as we share our story, music, dance, arts. Carolyn Burke, chairwoman of the 175th Anniversary Commemoration Committee, told committee members that she was grateful for being entrusted with this leadership role. Burke further reminded the body that the committee has existed without office space and resources, supporting staff, and all that is needed to facilitate the resource. She further indicated that the committee was limited regarding how the allotted $1 million could be utilized, that according to the Executive Order number 522/2022, the committee will plan and implement events, programs, and other commemoration over the course of the 175th anniversary celebration year of 2023.
On St. Thomas, members of the Committee on Housing, Transportation, and Telecommunications, chaired by Senator Marvin A. Blyden, convened in a meeting at the Capitol building. Government agencies and nonprofit agencies shared testimony on the status of homelessness, the residential market, financing, and the VI Slice moderate income home ownership program. The Virgin Islands Housing Authority shared an update on affordable housing, the home repairs programs, and public housing community. One of the major challenges plaguing the housing crisis in the territory is the lack of affordable housing resources available for placements. There is a rise in homeowners leaving the rental market in replace of the Airbnb market, expressed Kimberly Causey Gomez, Commissioner for the Virgin Islands Department of Human Services. She mentioned that the primary role of DHS is mitigating homelessness to provide referrals to homeless service providers in collaboration with the federal government, the government of the Virgin Islands, and nonprofit agencies. Additional housing adversities include the lack of funding or funding delays for nonprofit agencies and the hesitancy of landlords to participate in programs such as the Housing Choice Voucher Program, Section 8.
The Committee on Government Operations, Veterans Affairs, and Consumer Protection, chaired by Senator Carla Joseph, convened in a meeting at the Earl B. Otley Legislative Hall. All items on the agenda were approved and will be sent to the Committee on Rules and Judiciary for further consideration. Some of the approved bills are Bill number 35-0006, an act honoring and commending former Senator George E. Goodwin for his many years of expansive contributions to the Virgin Islands community as a whole through his roles in various areas of service to the territory, as well as advocacy for social justice for the underserved people in the Virgin Islands, to rename the cricket field located on Parcel H of Track 1, Estate Nazareth, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands in his honor, and to award former Senator George E. Goodwin the Virgin Islands Medal of Honor and for other related purposes. Bill number 35-0009, an act amending Title I Virgin Islands Code, Chapter 11, Section 171A, relating to the observance of national holidays and enacting the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act to declare June 19th a legal holiday in the Virgin Islands. And Bill number 35-0007, a resolution honoring and commending Mr. Boyd Boise Orlanzo Todman for his many contributions to the people and the youth of the Virgin Islands.
That concludes the Senate recap. Be sure to join us for our next episode. Until then, I'm Africa Harrigan for Legit TV.